Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back. Guys, today we are going to have a lot of fun. We are going to talk about the importance of restraining female nature. I did prepare a couple of notes here that I'm going to glance at, but before we dive in deeper, let me ask you this question. Do you remember the popular comedy by William Shakespeare, The Taming of the Shrew? Let me know in the comments. Katarina was one of the main protagonists there. She was the shrew, and her husband Petruchio was taming and restraining her. And through various tactics, he was finally able to beat that toxic attitude out of her. On the contrary, her sister Bianca initially appeared to be more feminine and more compliant, and therefore more attractive to multiple suitors, up until the moment she, through deception, chose to marry Lucentio. And then, suddenly, she became more outspoken, very disobedient, and she was constantly challenging her husband's authority. Doesn't it remind you of what we see today in our society, especially with the tradcons and tradwives? Maybe a little bit? Let me know in the comments. Look, guys, Lucentio couldn't restrain his wife, but so many men today can't restrain their women. Nothing has changed since the dawn of time, guys. And guess what? I have bad news for you. All women, by their fallen nature, are shrews. They need to be tamed and restrained by their husbands to some extent. Some women need it more than others, but the restraint is necessary and it's unavoidable. There is no ready-made perfect wife for you, gentlemen. A good wife is made by her husband through constant restraint, discipline, and correction. And guess what? The kind of taming that most women require today would be considered abuse by the feminists, and of course it would be illegal. So, gentlemen, if you can't tame and restrain your woman, you shouldn't commit to this woman for the long-term relationship, because these toxic intersexual dynamics and the inverted gods hierarchy, where she is presiding, where she is in charge above you and you are under her, you are her slave, picking up the peanuts out of your poop just to see where that poop came from, it leads to chaos and disaster. She will totally disrespect you. She will use you as a walking ATM, as her slave, so that she can get away with her toxic, entitled, delusional, combative attitude and behavior. And in the best case scenario, gentlemen, your family will fall apart eventually, because hopefully one day you'll get sick of her toxic, disrespectful attitude towards you. In the worst case scenario, you will be forced to serve her until she chooses to leave you. As you can see, in both of these cases, it doesn't end well for you. There is no win there. And in addition to that, you will destroy your life and your possible future kids' life if you choose to commit to this woman, if you choose to marry this woman. Remember that for a healthy family, a man must have frame. He must place healthy standards and boundaries on his woman and on his children. He must put his wife into her place where she's supposed to be under him, because he's the head of the household and he's responsible for what happens in his family. He must have the authority to take all of the important decisions, and his wife must submit to his lead and to his authority. She must respect him and she must be loyal to him. This is the foundation for the nuclear family. Without it, there is no family. There is whatever crap the feminists come up with, such as equal partnership. If your woman rebels against your headship, and if she lets you, you could use her for recreational purposes only, but just know that it comes with its own risks, because the legal system is on her side. So, gentlemen, don't wife up these unmanageable shrews that you can't restrain. Now, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. I appreciate your feedback, and do please join us for interesting controversial discussions with the Resurgence of Sanity guys on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific. And then please subscribe to the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. Guys have amazing shows for you that you can join on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. I'm looking forward to seeing you in our activities. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.